Okay, now checking various methods for solving the quadratic equation. Trial and error method we already saw, and we discussed that it is time consuming and you don't know how many trials you have to do. So we will not discuss that in detail. Geometric approach is very simple, just plot the graph on x and y axis and check where it meets the x axis, the point where the graph or the parabola of quadratic polynomial intersects x-axis gives the solution of the equation. We'll discuss in detail the remaining three methods. The first is factorization method, and we'll take two examples to discuss this method. Now what Babylonians did was they found the factors of the constant term and they selected those factors which add up to the coefficient of x in the equation. So let us check what are the factors of negative 75. So the factors of 75 are, it is 1 times 75, or it can be 3 times 25, or it can be 5 times 15, and I guess we have all the factors of 75. Now since the constant term is negative, that means the product which gives a negative answer has one of the two numbers as negative and the other one is positive. So we must have either one of the numbers in any of this pair as a negative, and hence the subtraction should be the coefficient of middle term. So if we see this pair and if we consider negative 5 and positive 15, the product gives the constant term and the sum of these two numbers gives the coefficient of x. So the middle term is splitted into the two factors, that is negative 5x and 15x, and the first term x squared and the last term 75 remains same. Now we can just regroup and take out common factors from this. So from the first group of terms we have x common, and what is left is x minus 5. In the same way, from the second group, we can take out 15 common and x minus 5 is left in the bracket. And now we can see from these two terms, we have a common bracket of x minus 5. That factor is common, x minus 5. And in the other bracket, we have x plus 15 equals to 0. Now another very simple logic of numbers, what we have in this statement is product of two numbers, multiplication of two numbers equals to 0. And you know very well when this product is 0. Yes, exactly. When any one of these two number is 0, we say that 0 multiplied by any number is 0. So this is called zero product rule. So using this rule, we can say that either x minus 5 equals to 0 or x plus 15 equals to 0. Using zero product rule, we can say either one of these two number is 0, either x minus 5 is 0 or x plus 15 is 0. Now this is very simple. If x minus 5 is 0, then it means x is equal to 5. And if x plus 15 is 0, we can say x is equals to negative 15. So this way we get the solution of the given quadratic equation by factorization. And this method was first given by Babylonians. Now, we'll cross verify whether these are the solutions of the equation or not. Now, how to cross check? Just put the value of x in the equation and check whether it is equal to 0 or not. So we put first x equals to 5. That gives x squared, that is 5 squared, 25, plus 10x, that is 10 times 5, 50, and then minus 75. So 50, 25 plus 50, 75, minus 75 is equal to 0. So x equals to 5 is the solution of the equation. Same way we can check for negative 15, x equals to negative 15. If we substitute x equals to negative 15, x squared, that is negative 15 squared, 225, plus 10 times x, that is negative 150 minus 75. So 225 minus 150, that is 75, and 75 minus 75 equals to 0. So again, x equals to negative 15 is the solution. So this is just to cross check our answer whether these are the correct solutions or not. Now if you see the second example, it is different from the first one, as here we had a coefficient of x squared, the value of a as 1, but here it is 9. So there is a single change for this type of questions using this method. First of all, you have to multiply this with the constant term. So that gives 9 times 8, that is 72. Now find the factors of positive 72 such that the sum is negative 22. So what are the factors of 72 in pairs? So we start with 1, it's 1 times 72, 2 times 36, 3 times 24. We are close to it, but still it is not 22. So it's 4 times 18, and here we go. 4, 18 and 22. There is addition of 4 and 18 is 22, and multiplication of 4 and 18 is 72. But again, we require negative 22. So we must have both these numbers as negative. So we just split negative 4x and negative 22, negative 18x. The middle term, the coefficient with x, into two parts, and the first term and the last term remains same. And then we regroup, take out the common factors. From the first one we can see the x is common, so 9x minus 4, and from the other two, both are even number, and we can take away 2 common, it's 9x. Now we have taken negative 2 as common from these two. This is positive 8, and if you take out negative 2 from it as a factor, negative 4 is the remaining factor, equals to 0. Then again 9x minus 4 is common, and we are left with x minus 2 in another bracket. Now again, using zero product rule, we have multiplication of two numbers as 0, that indicates 9x minus 4 equals to 0 or x minus 2 equals to 0. So from this it is x equals to 4 by 9 or x equals to 2. So we got the two solutions as x equals to 4 by 9 and x equals to 2. Either of this is the solution for given quadratic equation. So this was the method of factorization. It is this method particularly is called as splitting the middle term. The way we have done, we have splitted the middle term with coefficient x into two parts. So the name is splitting the middle term.